Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's webinar. My name's Andrew Dinn, and I'm a solutions architect here at Perfect Image. This afternoon, we're going to look at how to powerfully combine QlikView with Qlik Sense for next-gen analytics. So we're going to focus on a few things this afternoon, such as how to best use QlikView and Qlik Sense together to boost ROI within your organization, how to convert existing QlikView documents to Qlik Sense, and gain fresh ideas around discovering exciting possibilities of next-gen analytics. And of course, we've got some interesting demonstrations to go alongside of this as well. But first, I want to start off by having a look at the evolution of data analytics as the landscape and where we are today. The journey starts with what we refer to as the first generation. This was typically complex technology stack centrally managed by IT. The primary output was just static reports, often difficult to use, slow to set up, slow to adapt and turn around answers, and perhaps were only ever used by about 25% of the organization at best, and benefited that only a small amount of centrally owned data were actually used in the creation of these reports. Then shifting into that second generation, often referred to as the data discovery, which was originally pioneered by Qlik. It was often user-driven. It was decentralized and empowering business units. This involved into more self-serve capabilities for business users, allowed people to move freely and explore data, rather than just review reports and estimates to have reached perhaps 50% of the business user. So really, we did see a growth of the user base actually starting to use this within organizations as well. Although there was considerably better approach, many organizations adopted a multitude of tools to support this, and there was no consistent data strategy. There was a real lack of governance and different approaches to analytics. And analytics was really treated as a destination, and it was very much a separate activity from a day-to-day business process. Ultimately, this has given rise to the third generation, a more democratized approach. A more democratized approach that addresses the challenges of previous generations which Qlik is today leading. The third generation of data analytics is about supporting every person in a business ecosystem to make data-driven decisions, truly extracting the promise and value of the mountains of data we store and create within our businesses today. To make that happen, we need an entirely new way of thinking about how we manage data, how we deploy analytics, and improve data. That's how businesses will achieve true data-driven transformation and will lead the way within their industries. So how do we help our customers do this? The third generation of BI is driven by three major shifts, allowing organizations to transform themselves with data. These include the democratization of data. All data, any combination of data, is accessible to all users through governed, analytics-ready, enterprise-wide information catalogs. Augmented intelligence, AI and machine learning, finds and highlights new insights for users, automates processes, and makes interaction much easier, increasing the data literacy and trust within our organizations. And embedded everywhere, analytics is no longer a destination, but is a part of all decision making, entering daily business processes and workflows. And again, today we're going to have a look at a few examples of this. If you've got any questions as we go through the webinar this afternoon, please feel free to ask in the chat panel or the Q&A panel. And if we've got time at the end of the demonstration, at the end of the webinar, we'll cover off some of them questions then as well. Well, first I want to step back a little bit and maybe recap some of the technologies we've mentioned so far. QlikView is Qlik's classic analytics solution for rapidly deploying interactive guided analytics, applications and dashboards, delivering insight to solve business challenges. With Qlik's associative engine at its core, QlikView provides users with the freedom of exploration to uncover insights and data relationships across data sources that would otherwise have been hidden in a query-based or hierarchical tool. I'm sure most of you watching today will be using QlikView or have used QlikView at some point in the past. And it's key to understand that QlikView isn't going anywhere. It's here to stay. It's still being heavily used within many organizations. QlikView is still being developed. There are many usability and performance improvements still being made today. However, to aid you in adopting the next gen of analytics, many new features have been developed to support the coexistence of QlikView with Qlik Sense in your organization. So maybe having a different look at that second bit of technology we've been mentioning a few times now. Qlik Sense sets the benchmark for that third generation analytics platform, empowering everyone within your organization to make data-driven decisions. Built on Qlik's unique associative engine that we all know and love, it supports a full range of users and use cases across the lifecycle from data to insight. Self-service analytics, interactive dashboards, conversational analytics, custom and embedded analytics, mobile analytics, reporting and alerting. It augments and enhances human intuition with AI-powered insight, suggestions, automation, and natural language interaction. And it offers unmatched performance and governance with the convenience of software as a service models and the choice of multi-cloud and on-premise deployments for the most demanding enterprises. So we've spoke a little bit about the different bits of technology we're going to look at today, but now let's have a look at the reasons of maybe why you would want to make the shift, and let's see how in organizations we can use these analytical tools, QlikView and Qlik Sense, side by side. So what we want you to be able to do is actually accelerate your BI modernization efforts by providing Qlik Sense to your entire QlikView user base at a fraction of the cost of purchasing separate licenses. You can choose perpetual or subscription licenses. You can choose on-premise or cloud deployments, so your teams can start using Qlik Sense for new apps and new use cases, or even migrate QlikView apps you've got today to Qlik Sense at your own pace. Users want AI to help them work smarter and faster using machine learning, without restricting them to predefined questions selected by developers or analytical frameworks which are dictated by machines. The Qlik cognitive engine is unique in that it works in conjunction with the associative engine to drive augmented intelligence, allowing people to combine their intuition with AI. Instead of taking a black box approach, we don't know what's going on in the background. We really want to make this very clear to the user of what is going on. Users want to work with modern devices that provide modern experiences and speed at all times. With Qlik Sense, organizations can create applications and analytics that serve new use cases and meet modern business requirements, giving teams that modern experience and extending analytics to the broader ecosystem. The analytics modernization platform will not force you to migrate. We want you to be comfortable with adopting new technology and modernize as you go without disrupting current business processes. Utilize free conversion tools and resources to help you walk through the process of migrating QlikView apps to Qlik Sense on your timeline, so you can modernize your requirements as they evolve. Companies and users want the ability to access BI solutions from a single location for greater convenience and to simplify management and license compliance. The unified license is in alignment of QlikView in Qlik Sense to drive a single analytics experience. Through unified licensing, you can access QlikView and Qlik Sense through a single hub, single infrastructure, using a single license key. Again, more reasons to adopt Qlik Sense come from the continued innovations on the platform, adding significant new sets of features and capabilities. Highlights from the past several years include Qlik Alerting, data-driven alerts from Qlik Sense with both central administration and self-service, distributed through email and mobile devices. New visualizations and improvements. More than 50 new chart types in Qlik Sense, a new multi-layer map visualization with ongoing improvements based upon the QlikView analytics technology, and numerous visualization improvements such as trend lines, trellising, accumulations, and more. And also advanced authoring. Over 25 new features of building and styling applications and dashboards, including formatting, theming, coloring options, a new set of dashboard input, navigation, and action objects. Really improves the authoring workflows and much more. And the last one I'll mention at this point here as well is data catalog and dynamic views. An integrated Qlik data catalog for users to browse and select QV data sources, and the ability to dynamically reload charts using advanced data sources such as Snowflake. Now, I've mentioned a few of the different innovations there, but actually I just want to pick on a few more to go through in a little bit more detail. So let's take a moment. You've already heard me talk about the cognitive engine a couple of times so far this afternoon. Qlik combine the unique associative engine with new AI and machine learning capabilities to enhance the ability of people to analyze information, make data-driven decisions, and take action. Because the associative engine is aware of the context at each step in a user's process and knows all of the data that is associated and unrelated to that context, we can factor this into machine analysis and insight suggestions to make them more relevant. This is unique to Qlik. By suggesting new ways to look at data based upon user behavior, algorithm techniques, and associations, users are given peripheral vision that guides them to hidden insights and helps them see the previously unseen. And again, we're going to go through some examples, so this hopefully will make a little bit more sense in a few minutes. Another one there was accelerated self-service. Qlik Sense is the most complete solution for modern analytics available. Unlike simple visualization tools, Qlik Sense supports all the analytical use cases across your organization, from data to insight. This includes self-service visualization and discovery, guided analytics, apps, and dashboards. Advanced analytics, real-time exploration of predicted calculations through visual dashboards, supported by direct engine-level integration with third-party engines such as R, Python, Data Robot, and many more. And also alternative states in there as well, supporting user-driven comparative analysis through them set selections. Qlik Sense mobile apps for iOS and Android. Fully interactive offline exploration supported by the associative engine running locally on your device. There's also support for EMM platforms such as AirWatch, Intune, BlackBerry Dynamics, threat detection there as well. And the second to last feature I want to call upon is actually Qlik Insight Bot. Allowing conversational analytics allow people to interact in a conversational and visual manner through search and natural language, boosting adoption and unlocking the power of your data for less data literate users within your organization. This is really going to open up new user groups for data within your organization today. The Qlik Insight Bot provides an AI-powered conversational analytics experience, giving people a faster and easier way to ask questions, generate insights, and make data-based decisions using natural language. It can readily be accessed from within Qlik Sense, as well as through popular collaboration tools such as Slack, Skype, and Microsoft Teams. Natural language processing understands the user's intent, and natural language generation delivers insight for not only what is happening, but also why and where to go next. Insights include auto-generated charts, interpretations, it finds key drivers, it gives you period over period calculations, predictions for measures, and even comparative analysis. Users can set alerts for KPI thresholds, share and collaborate conversationally, and easily drive in visual analysis for further exploration. And the last feature I do want to talk about today is the ability to deploy and manage QlikView apps alongside Qlik Sense apps in the Qlik Sense cloud native architecture, supporting modernization of QlikView deployments. Enterprise and business software as a service editions of Qlik Sense run on a new high-performance multi-cloud architecture, supporting seamless scalability across on-premise, public, and private cloud sites. So let's just quickly recap what we've discussed before we jump into any demos. Combining QlikView and Qlik Sense helps you leverage QlikView to accelerate the adoption of next generation BI. By combining both solutions, you can expand your analytics possibilities, giving everyone in your organization access to a modern BI platform which includes augmented intelligence that combines AI and human intuition to uncover insights that were previously hidden. This gives users Qlik's unique associative experience in a modern solution built to tackle today's analytical challenges. And importantly, you can adopt Qlik Sense at your own pace while continuing to use your existing QlikView apps. We empower you with free tools to help you adopt Qlik Sense, accelerate in modernisation. And as we lastly mentioned there, you can deploy on software as a service solutions to reduce your costs by using the same infrastructure for both solutions. Finally, when migrating apps from QlikView to Qlik Sense, you can reuse your data layer and data models to save time, resources, and ensure consistency between QlikView and Qlik Sense. So, I want to take this moment to maybe jump into a bit more of the exciting part of this point and show you some examples of this. So let me quickly jump into my QlikView access point view, which I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with at this point. So maybe let's dive into one of my QlikView dashboards there. I'm just going to refresh that. There we go. So I've opened up my perfect image retail app. We've got this QlikView application built out here, which is obviously looking at some sales data. Now I do have some selections made. So I'm going to go ahead and clear them selections. So we're looking at the full data set. And as many of you already use QlikView today, you understand the principle of we can come in here, we can ask questions. So maybe we just want to have a look at a certain date range within here and really narrow down that question. Maybe we're just interested in a few countries there. So again, we can make them selections. And using my menu I've built out on my left-hand side here, we can actually go through some of the different sheets, some of the different views that we've actually got within this dashboard. But really what I want to get to here, again, if I just clear all my selections, is actually demonstrating QlikView and Qlik Sense working side by side here. So as we've already discussed, QlikView is very much that guided analytics tool. We've got this guided dashboard, we've built this out, but now as a business user, I've got another question. But there's no visuals, and this report isn't built out to allow me to answer that question directly within this dashboard. I want to understand something about average price by products, but there's nothing in here about products. I can't see average price. So actually what I can do at this point is maybe say, right, well, actually, I want to analyze this in Qlik Sense. So if I was to hit this button, what it's actually going to do is open up my QlikView application in Qlik Sense. And you can see I've actually already come into this application. I've already built out some groundwork within here. But you'll notice actually some of the same information in here. So we've got sales orders. We've got some trend comparison there. We can see our customer spend rate across the bottom. And again, this works in exactly the same way as we currently use QlikView. I have a question, so I can just make some selections in there. Let's have a look for some few customers. Let's have a look at a date range. And again, everything flexes and updates within here. And we can use Qlik Sense as we know and love QlikView. However, remember the whole reason I wanted to do this. As a business user, I have a question that QlikView dashboard didn't serve. Now, I can't build that QlikView dashboard out. That would have to go back to my QlikView development team. They would have to build that in. That process may take a couple of days, but I need this answer right now. So as a business user, what I can actually do within Qlik Sense is say, come to edit. I can come into my master items, and maybe what I want to have a little look at is my average price. Now I'm just going to drag and drop average price within there. And there's a few things to note at this point. What Qlik Sense has done using that cognitive engine has gone, right, you've asked me to render average price. So I will show this in the best possible way we can. And you'll notice in the top right hand corner here, you'll notice a little box here which says chart suggestions, and that's currently turned on. That means when I throw my questions at Qlik Sense, when I throw data at, it's actually going to render this in the best possible way. It thinks I will extract the answers from that. So as I say, I've chucked average price on there. So my average price across my full data set is £377. Great. Actually, I want to understand that a little bit more by products. So let me go and drag and drop products on there. Again, we've got that chart suggestions turned on there. So it's gone, actually, I think the best way for you to extract data and meaningful insight out of this is as a bar chart. So that's exactly what it's gone and rendered there for me. The other thing to note there is I've said, show me average price. Now, at no point as a business user have I been able to go and say how average price is defined. Actually, that's been built for me. That comes from my QlikView dashboard, and that logic is carried across with me. So now when we have 20 business users all looking at average price in Qlik Sense, you know they're all working from that governed calculation. It's all going to tie back to the QlikView dashboard. You're not going to end up with the problem of everyone reporting different numbers. You've got that one governed metric carried across both platforms within there, which is really, really key to understand. As I say, we've got chart suggestions turned on here. Maybe I want to personalize this a little bit more. So maybe I want to turn off chart suggestions, then unlocks a whole menu for me so I can go and edit this a little bit more. Maybe I wanted that horizontal dashboard there just to obviously, so I can view that information in a slightly different way. And that's great. And again, as we know and love Qlik, everything just works. Everything starts to interact with each other. Now that's really, really great. But maybe let's close Qlik Sense for a minute and let's come back into my QlikView dashboard. Now, I went in a Qlik Sense there with quite an open-ended question, but maybe if we were a little bit further on in our process here, maybe I was having a look at United Kingdom, and maybe if I look under my filters, maybe I was just interested in bikes. Now, at this point, I want to jump into Qlik Sense, but I wanted to retain that context. I want to carry on the journey exactly where I am in QlikView. So this time you notice I'm going to hit a button which actually says with selections. So when I do it this time, it's going to carry across them selections I had in QlikView and apply them to my Qlik Sense dashboard. So this time I can then start doing some more self-serve analytics. I can really start getting into the detail. But again, it carries across that context with me from my QlikView environment. That's really, really great. So maybe we can jump out of this. The next one we've talked about a little bit as well is actually trying to deploy these and reduce your total cost of ownership by actually using QlikView in the Qlik Sense cloud. So you find us here on this Windows server, and where I've got QlikView installed and great, and this is obviously where I'm consuming this dashboard. But actually what I want to do is publish this to my Qlik software as a service offering. So if I was to come into my QlikView management console, obviously you can see my reload tasks within here. Let's maybe go and find the document I want to reload and distribute to my cloud environment. So hopefully a similar screen you guys have all seen before, where you set a reload task up on your QlikView app. So you can say, right, go refresh this data every hour, every minute, every day, whatever that case may be. We can come into that and do exactly the same thing. However, under distribute here, we've got this very important tick box, which actually says, once this data has been refreshed, I want you to distribute this document to my cloud deployment. Now you'll notice here, I've got my cloud deployment already set up, ready to go. So actually, if I was to come back into my task, and let's just manually hit run on that, what that is currently doing at this point is pulling the data from my on-premise data sources. It's putting it in my QlikView app on my QlikView Windows deployment. And then when it's finished, it's actually going to deploy that to my Qlik SaaS environment. So let's just give that a little refresh and see if that's done. There we go. That appears to be done. So now if I open up, where's that? Let me open up my Qlik cloud environment. So here you'll notice actually we're running on the European version of the Qlik cloud. If I was just to refresh this window, great. Straight away there, you'll notice we've got our PI retail app. Now we've got a little warning here because this has not actually been managed to a space. A space is really just a collection of applications. So really, if I was to go and assign this a space, maybe I just want to say, right, well, this is a sales app, so I'll put it in the sales space. If I hit save on that now, and if I come into my hub for my cloud deployment and just give this a little refresh, there we go. We've actually got our QlikView application now deployed in our Qlik software as a service deployment. Let me open that up. And there we go. We've actually got our QlikView dashboard running our Qlik software as a service deployment. We can still go interact with this, use this exactly how we would. But now actually I can go and reduce my on-premise infrastructure. I don't need to run such big Windows boxes because actually I've got somewhere else where users can start to consume this side by side with Qlik Sense as well. So we can really narrow down the infrastructure required there. Now, that aside, what I also mentioned earlier on is actually that capability of really speeding up the migration of any QlikView apps you guys may currently have to a Qlik Sense app to really help you on this modernisation journey as well. So let me just jump into a screen here, which is obviously the QlikView converter application. So this is where we can actually open up Qlik Sense. We can actually load in QlikView applications, and it'll convert it to a Qlik Sense file ready for me to start using. So let's maybe just drag and drop in a QlikView app I've already got prepared. Ooh, let's drag and drop it into the right place. What you'll notice at this point, let me just minimize this window in the background. At this point, it's actually processing that QlikView document. It's bringing across the data. It's bringing across the data model. And importantly, at this point, what you'll notice, it's actually converting the assets within there as well. So that means it's gone and found all of the visualizations, all of the measures, all of the dimensions, all of the variables. And if we just press on that retail app there, again, you can understand here's all the visualizations. So it's found 9 scatter charts, it's 5x5 combo charts, 4 pivot charts, etc., etc. We can go have a look at all the dimensions that's found in the data, all of the measures that's found within the application as well. And at the hit of a button, I can say, go create me that Qlik Sense application now. So it's going to take all of that metadata, it's going to take all of the assets we found in that QlikView document and make it available in that Qlik Sense dashboard ready for me to start using. And you notice there it says this was available within your Qlik Sense hub. So let me just go and open this up in my Qlik Sense hub. So at this point, what you'll notice is I've got this blank application now, but actually if I was just to go and create a new sheet, if I hit edit, I've got all of the fields, I've got all of the tables from that QlikView dashboard. If I was to go into my master measures of master items, sorry, actually what we'll notice there is we've got all of the measures and all the dimensions we pulled across. So we've got all that governed logic of quantity, order, sales, total sales. And again, if I was to go into visualizations, again, it's brought across all of them visualizations we were currently using. So maybe if I want to say, well, go bring me orders in there, go bring me sales, maybe let's go start building out this dashboard. You'll notice it becomes very, very easy to start actually building out this Qlik Sense dashboard by actually just reusing all of the assets we already had. And again, as we know in Love Qlik, everything just works. We can make these selections side by side. Now, let's pause here for a moment and let me have a little bit of a Blue Peter moment where I can jump across into a bit of a dashboard I've took the time to build out a little bit further, because I really, really want to demonstrate to you guys the power of that cognitive engine I've spoke about so much so far. So what you'll see on screen here is a typical Qlik Sense dashboard. We can make selections within visualizations. As I go into different sheets, our context is carried across. It really works very similar to the way you guys are currently using QlikView today. But maybe let's just have a look at this dashboard as a whole. So I'm going to clear all my selections within there. Maybe what I've noticed is if I go and have a look at my sales per day in this bottom left chart here, is actually between March and May there, I've got quite a heavy 3-month decline. I really want to focus on that and understand a little bit more about why I've got that 3-month decline. I need to know how I can get out of it. I need to know what's happened. So actually I can, in future, if it happens again, I know how to get out of it. So let's go ahead and make that selection. I'm going to go ahead and jump in to my selections. At this point, you can see all of the fields within our data and the selections we've currently got made. But actually on the right-hand side there, you'll notice I'm going to go and generate some associative insights. Now, what this is doing at this point is looking through all of the data we've got in this Qlik Sense application. It's looking at all of the data which is associated to these 3 months and all the data which is not associated to them 3 months. And it's really trying to uncover some insights for me, which I might have previously missed. So you can see here, it's found some insights around states, around areas, around customers. Actually, let's go and have a look at them customers there. So what it's actually gone and found for me, within them 3 months, it's actually found 39 customers who stopped buying products within there. And they actually accounted for about 2% of my overall sales quantity. Wow, 39 customers, that's quite a lot. Maybe I just want to go and have a look at who them 39 customers are. So there we go, we can quickly understand who them 39 customers are, what they've bought with us in the past. But actually, let's focus on that a little bit more. So if I select excluded there, so we're now just looking at them 39 customers. Let's maybe drop into insights. Now, at this point, this is where we can start to get some visual insights, which are generated by the cognitive engine. So again, this is not where I've had to go build this out. This is where Qlik is actually going to start returning that for me. And I can start to ask it a question. Now, I'm going to be very lazy and just ask it this question. I've already asked it before and say, what's my sales variance percentage by product group? What I want to know is, for them customers, what products did they stop buying? Now, at this point, what you'll notice is it's actually gone and generated a chart for me. So this is not a chart which is built in my dashboard. This is a chart that's gone and generated based upon the natural language query I asked of this data. So you'll notice here to give me this nice visualization. This is exactly what I'm after. So I can have a look and say, right, well, actually, canned products actually dropped by 50% there. There's a 50% sales variance in that one product group alone. Again, it's going to give me some tabular data there. It's also gone and found 4 charts within my dashboard I already had, which actually could help me answer this question as well. But actually, I'm interested in this bar chart. So let's go and have a look at the 3 biggest product groups these customers have not been buying. Because straight away now, I've got 39 customers who have not been buying these 3 product groups. Maybe let's add one more step to this, jump back to my associative insights. Let's see if it can generate something a little bit more for me. And this time you can see it's giving me a whole load of insights again. Actually, sales reps, that's a little bit of an issue there. Let's have a little look at that. So what you can see in the dark gray there is it's actually gone and highlighted 37 sales reps who have not sold these 3 products in them 39 customers. So if we just take a moment to reflect upon what we've just done there, we went into our visual dashboard, which was very much that guided analytics experience that had been built out for me. But I wanted to question that 3-month decline. And then the power of the cognitive engine really start to uncover there some of the insights I might have missed. I didn't have these charts built out. I can't account for every possible combination of insights based upon my data. So it's gone and highlighted them 39 customers. It's highlighted the 3 biggest product groups that my 37 sales reps have not been selling. So straight away, I've got some actionable insight there to go target these 37 sales guys to sell them 3 product groups and them 39 customers. And again, it's really, really powerful. And this is why we're going on about this cognitive engine so much, because it can really add value to what you're getting out of your BI today. A few last bits I also want to show you in here as well is we mentioned a little bit around some embedded analytics. So actually at this point, what you'll notice is we've got some embedded analytics embedded into our very, very simple web page here. But actually this just means you can start embedding analytics into your frontline systems of use. So actually people aren't having to go into different systems. People can start getting the insight from where they are within their business process today. But again, it all works as we know and love. We can go make some selections within here. Let's have a few look at some product groups and everything flexes within there. We can clear all our selections and look at everything as a whole within there again. So again, just a really, really good use case. One of the last demonstrations I want to give you today as well is a little look at that Insight bot. Now, we did actually do a webinar on this product a few weeks ago. So should you want to know a little bit more about this in full detail, feel free to reach out. That webinar is available on demand on our website. But to give you a little bit of a taster of that, we're in the Teams channel. I want to ask a question, so I can just go, hello. You'll notice it's all through natural language. I can say, what is my total sales? So I'm just asking us this question. It's actually a way there. It's generated that number there. So you'll notice we've got total sales, 177 million. We've got some chart generation within there. It's actually linking me back to the source of where this insight came from. And then it's also starting to suggest some other things we should start looking at within there as well. Do you want to have a look at this on last year, last quarter, last month, year on year, etc. So again, some really, really powerful insights within there. I'm going to leave it there for a demo today. As I say, if you've got any questions on any of that, feel free to ask in the Q&A panel, or if you want to reach out afterwards, feel free to. But I want to round off today by having a quick look at a customer story. And the customer story I want to look at is Calderdale Council. When Calderdale Council first approached Perfect Image back in July 2016, they'd already been using the QlikView platform For 12 months, and they knew they needed to take the next step in data analytics. They had brilliant ideas around how the council should progress, but didn't yet know exactly how to make their plans a reality. So, lead business intelligence officer of Calderdale Council, Paul Swallow, explains that the council chose to invest in a business intelligence platform because we were using a number of tools to analyse data, but it was taking longer and longer, and we wanted to change both how we worked and the tools we used to become much more resilient and responsive, and then raise customer expectations. We want to be the best that we do, and we want to add value to the data we have access to. And I think that's really, really key within there. And then when we have a little look at that, of that use case and how that progressed, while Qlik had been proven successful for the past year, the council understood that they'd need to advance the platform even further. Paul says that after a successful pilot of QlikView, we had enough evidence for a tangible business case to take Qlik forward and roll it out across the council. We started discussions with Qlik and explored implementing Qlik Sense alongside QlikView. Qlik simplified data processing from hours to just a few clicks. From that, Perfect Image developed a solution using Qlik Sense and the Qlik Analytics platform to easy-use dashboards meant that discovered data could be used for enhanced decision-making when working with partners, such as adult health and social care, children's services, and even the police. This experience and learning has allowed Calderdale to share best practices with other local authorities within the region and really be the best at what they do. At the moment, there are a couple of promotions I did just want to quickly talk about on there as well. The first one there being the Qlik Modernisation Programme. The Analytics Modernisation Programme gives you the power to leverage your existing QlikView investment to accelerate the adoption of next generation BI while allowing you to continue using QlikView, thus preventing disruption to current business processes. Although the Analytics Modernisation Programme, you can drive new analytic use cases by adopting Qlik Sense at your own pace and at the time progressively modernise your infrastructure to reduce the total cost of ownership of Qlik solutions. All up, the Analytics Modernisation Programme can reduce your total cost of ownership of Qlik solutions by progressively modernising your infrastructure. Our Qlik license services and unified license approach makes it simple to use QlikView and Qlik Sense side by side, monitor license, and ensure compliance. Because each organisation has different requirements, we also provide packaged and custom service offerings to help you get the most out of that programme. As these can differ by organisation, we do encourage you to take advantage of our free consultation to understand what they could look like for you. If you've got any questions around the modernisation programme, I do see I've got a couple of Q&A questions there, so give me a minute to consume them after this last slide, and I'll go through them. But after the call, if you've got any questions around anything, either solution or anything Qlik related, feel free to get in touch. Perfect Image are actually Qlik's #1 elite solution provider for the last 2 years running. We've got contact details on screen. My contact details are on screen. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you all for watching. As I say, just give me a couple of seconds just to consume the Q&A questions there, and I'll go through that there as well. So we've got a question there around using QlikView and Qlik Sense and exporting. I think by the use of export, and what we mean there was that original demo where we were in the QlikView application and we had them nice 2 blue buttons there, and I could carry across with selections or without. I think that's what we mean by exporting there. If I'm wrong, I do apologize, and feel free to let me know. But the question about that is, if you're not using the cloud deployment, do you need to have QlikView and Qlik Sense on different servers? And the answers to that is yes, QlikView would run in its own deployment, Qlik Sense would be running in its own deployment, and then obviously, in essence, what that press of the button would be doing is jumping you and your selection state across to the different environment for that seamless experience we saw today. The example I actually give there was using on-premise Windows for QlikView and also on-premise Windows for Qlik Sense. Obviously, if you were to use the Class Sound Edition, you could do both within there as well. We do have a couple of other questions which are also to be honest, around that same thing. So hopefully I did answer them all there. But as I say, if you've got any questions after the call, after this webinar, feel free to get in touch. Again, thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much. Have a great day.